CBC, British Columbia.
Hi, this is Mick, and you're watching Good Rockin' Tonight.
Welcome. You are still talking and writing about it. Our 500 show 10th anniversary celebration with live performances last week. I'm here to tell you it's part 2. The party continues on Good Rockin' Tonight.
I'm Brian Adams, and welcome to Good Rockin' Tonight.
It is good rockin' tonight.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them all by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to no disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. 10 minutes, I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music that soothes the soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Don't wanna hear them play the tango. I'd rather hear some blues or funky old soul. There's only one sure way to get me to go. Stop playing that old time rock and roll. Call me around and call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, I'm over the hill. Today music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music that'll soothe the soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll.
Hi, I'm Stu Jeffries, and if you missed seeing your favorite artist last week during our 500 show celebration, chances are you'll see him tonight. We've got a list of 140 names in a series of retrospective clips and highlights. Have a look at this impressive list of performers.
Don't wanna hear them play the tango. I'd rather hear some blues or funky old soul. There's only one sure way to get me to go. Stop playing that old time rock and roll. Call me around and call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, I'm over the hill. Today music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music that'll soothe the soul. I reminisce about the days of old.
And for all of you who requested it, me, Stu Jeffries. Sorry about the but it's cheap fanfare. Real fanfare costs big bucks. Yes, like bad jokes, meatloaf, and taxes, I return as your new host of Good Rockin' Tonight. Oh, man. So, who was that skinny guy with the full head of hair? Beats me. Listen, you know, it's 8 years later and not much has changed because we still don't have enough money for big fanfare. But I will tell you, we got a show lined up for you tonight. We're going to be looking back at some of our specials, specifically Canadian specials, the London sessions, the stars of Hollywood that I've met on my film previews, and even the Teddy winners of the best videos in each of GRT's past 10 years. Let's have some fun tonight.
Hi, I'm Nick Falcon.
And I'm Jack Hughes.
And we are Wang Chung.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
I do this because I love it. I've always done it because I really enjoy doing it. Nothing is going to stop that ever, and I'm going to keep on doing it until, voodoo, what the heck? You know?
But I think I was a little naive. I probably still am naive when it comes to a lot of things. And I guess that's probably where the music comes from. You know, most of my naivete, I guess.
In fact, I tried to stop the release of the Joshua Tree myself. I rang our manager and just said, you know, I really don't think this thing will sell even more than 3 copies. I think we've made a big mistake. But it had already gone to the pressing plant.
Poison does not tell you how to look, how to dress, how to act, or anything. All we're saying is when you come to the show with our band, we're going to entertain you to death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're gonna go out there, and that's all we ever want to get across. As long as they leave with a smile and humming one of our songs, we're content.
Hi, I'm Nick Van Eed. And I'm Kevin McMichael. We're Cutting Crew.
I didn't care that because I didn't go into the music business to be taken seriously. The way I see my career at the moment is I'm a young girl, I'm 21, and I'm having lots of fun. And probably all the fantasies are coming true what I had as a kid.
When we write songs, we try not to put any label on it or anything like that. We just sit down and we write a bunch of songs.
Right.
And they all come out, and they're not anything else. They're just Bon Jovi, they're us.
That's the great thing about this album doing so well, is it's so against the grain and the norm, you know, that the fact that it sold as many as it has and it's been doing so well is sort of like giving everybody the finger that said we couldn't, you know.
We've had the opportunity to fulfill a lot of childhood dreams, I suppose. We've had the opportunity to improve as songwriters and performers and actually make records. A lot of kids dream about doing it, you know, and we're doing it now and selling records, and they're doing really well.
Hi, folks. Dan Beard of the Georgia Satellites. And have you heard the news? There's good rockin' tonight.
You have managed to stay away from every possible trend and everything that seems to be fashionable in the music industry. How? What is the secret to keeping away from that stuff?
We're just not hip.
I think that everybody, I would always encourage everybody, not necessarily to pick up an instrument, but to express themselves in drawing or painting or writing, you know, anything, poetry, whatever, and don't let anybody put you down.
Because I look at guys like Rod Stewart and Billy Joel and Clapton and Elton John, who are in their 40s, making sometimes, in some cases, the best music of their career, and they have the same fans they had 20 years ago, and that's what I want.
Because when a lot of people get well known, they don't seem to have a chance to just mess around anymore. It's all like, you know, interviews and then business meetings and this and that, and all they really want to do is do what they were doing before, which was what made them happy.
Watch Good Rockin' Tonight every Friday as we talk to the stars like Aerosmith. Warrant.
We're Warrant.
Yeah.
Hi, we're Glass Tiger. Have you heard the news? We are co-hosting Good Rockin' Tonight.
It's always been GRT's policy to focus on Canada wherever possible. What could be more Canadian than our backstage trips to the Juno Awards and our co-hosts like Colin James, Bryan Adams, Corey Hart, and these guys?
I almost fell out of the helicopter. The door opened on me.
Oh, lovely.
I grabbed Michael, didn't I?
It was hanging from my hand. It was dangling 1,000 feet. I took everything I had.
He hates it when that happens.
Took everything I had to pull him back into the copter.
Yeah, and then I fell 4,000 feet to my death, and I hate when that happens.
You know, I don't think the winning of awards is the most important thing in the world, you know, but it's always, I guess, sort of flattering. Right? Maybe I'm just glad-mouthing myself. I don't know.
Awards are nice, but, you know, you can't count on them. You know, not winning them humbles you, and I think that's probably what I need right now.
Certainly two of our most popular artists, and they are added to tonight's list of guests that represent some of the best rock and roll heard anywhere in the free world. And quite coincidentally, they're all Canadian.
I think it would be nice if I were to win an award. It would be nice to have that recognition from within the industry. When you play a gig, you get, you know, the fan audience response, and that's very satisfying. But you never know what the industry really thinks.
Yeah, well, you know, I write for myself, and the rest of the guys, I think, do the same thing. If we wrote with hits in mind, I think we'd probably be in big trouble.
The Junos, you know, I mean, I've been watching them forever, and I just remember just sitting there going, oh, boy, it just seems like something so far out of reach.
And like Sue, it was a thrill for me to be a presenter at the Juno Awards as well as co-host the pre-show awards, and I thank the Juno organization for that. When GRT's celebration continues, it's with the Brits.
Welcome to Rockin' Tonight.
No.
good rocking.
Good rocking tonight. He's blind as stuff.
That's true. It's big good rocking.
Good. Welcome to Good Rocking Tonight. I'm Astro.
And I'm Robin. We're from UB40.
Hello, this is Michael Hutchins of In Excess.
Hi, I'm Debbie Gibson. Have you heard the news? There's good rockin' tonight.
Invasion, you know, like the British beat boom. Yeah. Do you mind? I'm saying something here. The British beat boom, you know, well, the big invasion of the charts. Well, it's happening again, isn't it? I mean, you look at your charts. Who'd you see, eh? You see the Tears for Fears and the Duran Durans and the Whams and Sting and Phil Collins. He's there. I like him. I think he's really good. But anyway, you know, if you...
Come on, mate. We just took you up.
All right. I'll get you there on time. Don't worry about it. You know, why don't you just sit back and relax and enjoy yourself? Have a cup of tea and a sort of a sandwich or a cucumber sandwich or hamburger or something, whatever you eat over there. I don't know, you fancy Americans. Anyway, just sit back and enjoy some of the best of British music, all right? Anyway, I've got to go, otherwise I won't get a tip. Oh, some people, it's bloody marvellous.
Good evening, I'm Stu Jeffries, and welcome to a very special edition of Good Rockin' Tonight. So special, I was wearing a tuxedo. What was I doing there? Presenting to you the results of the British Music Awards, something that we are going to do again February the 22nd, right here on GRT. Well, when I think of the UK, can't help but remember the London session.
We're sitting here in the middle of a street in Shepherd's Bush. It's a quiet street and no one gives a toss who you are. But actually, you know, most of the time it becomes a pain when you can't do the normal things like go to a cinema without people saying, it is, you know, it is. You know, sometimes you just want to be a fly on the wall. But that is a small price to pay.
And welcome back to the London Sessions on Good Rockin' Tonight. I'm Stu Jeffries as we stand along the River Thames here in London. It is going to be a busy next few weeks for you. We got tons of names to show you.
Will I be famous?
What happens is it's like, there's like the guys downstairs, like you see them like dressed exactly like us, and you see the girls downstairs dressed like us. It's like a movement in a way. It's like something they feel, and it's like fresh. And people come and see Bros as well because they know there's going to be a lot of people there, and they come to socialise as well.
Nearly 2 years ago, I recorded Locomotion, and that was released in Australia only, since that's the only place I was known. And it was #1 for 7 weeks, so we thought, hey, we're onto a good thing here. So.
People just don't seem to have any values at the moment, I don't think. You know, it's just all like go out and sell and make as much money as you possibly can and squash as many people as you can.
I'm getting much harder to work with. I think whether my standards are getting higher or what. In the past, you let certain things go. I mean, the bulk of all your work has to be a certain standard, but I keep striving, I mean, for a kind of higher standard.
I loathe that record. Any version of that record I loathe, particularly ours, because people used to attach all sorts. It was na-na, hey, hey, get your tits out, or na-na, hey, hey, something else. They'd always turn it round.
What about the
To get up on this bloody mountain, the pilot said to me, now, he's flying you around this thing. I'm looking at this slither, whatever the word is, of rock. And the chopper pilot said, look, I'm not going to be able to land on this thing. What I'm going to do is put one skid on that. See that rock down there? I'll put one skid on there. He said, when I nod like that, you get out very carefully. Right. I said, you ain't seen careful till you've seen me get out.
A complete surprise for everyone. It was released 2 weeks ago. It went straight to 29, and it went straight to #5 last week.
London Sessions on Good Rockin' Tonight continue with a hot new UK band that's doing great things in Canada. The Escape Club, right after this.
Hi, I'm Johnny Christo.
I'm John Holiday.
I'm Milan. I'm Trevor Steele.
And we're the Escape Club.
Headed for the 90s, living in the wild, wild west. The wild, wild west. The wild, wild west. Wild west. Oh, wild west.
You know, since the British invasion with the Beatles in 1964, UK musicians have been a major influences on groups the world over, still to this day. What you're about to see in this next group of people are some of the original invaders from the United Kingdom.
Hi, this is Roger Taylor of Queen, and you're watching Good Rocking Tonight.
Everybody, we
It's only a couple of years ago that I actually looked at myself and thought, you are actually a rock musician, you know, because previous to that I just enjoyed what was happening and I thought, well, this is happening now, maybe something else will happen later, you know. I never really owned up to quite what was happening. It was fun, you know. It sounds a strange thing to say, but I never thought of it as a proper job kind of thing.
It's been a very much an uphill battle. I mean, the press didn't like me to begin with.
Why not? Just comparison?
Yeah, because I wasn't Paul Rodgers. Right. So they immediately said, well, it can't be bad company without Paul. But they were wrong, you see.
The whole industry is more of an industry now. It was quite a kind of cute affair when we joined it. It wasn't very serious. There wasn't an awful lot of analysis. It was more just a bit of fun, you know. Yo, hey, rock and roll, hey, let's go for it. Wait. It was that, you know. It's a little more serious now.
We couldn't go right to the bottom. We're there already. I think that really it gives us more impetus when there are rules to be broken. I think we're basically just a bunch of really stubborn guys who adore obstacles.
There was talk of it at one time, but then Cubby Broccoli thought because my image as such, as Tom Jones, would be difficult for people to believe that I was James Bond.
Hello, we're Love and Rockets, and you're watching the television at the moment.
And there's no coffee in these cups.
And I'd recommend success to anybody, really. I mean, the first thing that it did was for me was that it meant that nobody could tell me then, you know, what to write or what to do, or because we were successful from the very beginning.
We were confident, but nobody could know that Wiley Shady Pell would have been in the Commitments today, or would have still been played on the radio every day, or that it would have been kind of #1 in Venezuela for 6 months and out of Mongolia and everything.
Rapping should be the new jazz form. It's got all the elements. It's discordant, syncopated, improvised music, and it's black. But it's got no melody.
It'd be nice to have, you know, a little more recognition. I think there are the signs that people are becoming more aware of the blues. And I think Bonnie Raitt's success at the Grammys really did a lot for everyone.
Nobody, least of all me, thought that I'd still be having hit records after 32 years, because in those early days, no one had survived any length of time as a rock and roll singer. It was all so brand new, everyone thought that after 3 or 4 years, we'd all be out of business.
Hi Canada, this is Chesney Hawkes, and you're watching Good Rocking Tonight, and I'm doing my Huey Lewis impression.
Hi, I'm Dave Mustaine. I'm David Ellison. We're from Megadeth. And we'd like to wish you a happy 10th anniversary to GRT. 500 shows, 10 years. Speed it up.
All right, hope you've seen some of your favorite performers. If not, fear not, there's more to come as our special continues.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, GRT. Happy birthday to you.
You know, since show one, we have done trivia on GRT. We'd be remiss not to do it on our birthday. So to be eligible to win the one only grand prize of this GRT jacket worn by discerning fashion victims everywhere, not available in any store, or runner-up prizes of the special edition GRT Show 500 sweat, give me the exact date and year GRT first went on the air. Our address, GRT 500 Box 4600 Vancouver, V6B 482. Now back to more highlights.
Hi, I'm Robbie Neville, and you're watching Good Rockin' Tonight.
We're coming up with much too sexy, semi-Caucasian, throbbing beats from hell. I mean, even today at the sound check, I mean, it was wonderful, man. We come up with these licks. No wonder James Brown is out of prison. He wants to come see us. We got way too much soul.
He sold 10,000 albums. That was a big hit. You know, you couldn't make a living in the country in our early days. You couldn't make a living here without setting your sights on the States or Europe or something. The industry is alive and well in Canada.
We had 4 lead singer-songwriters in the band, so there was always kind of this quota system that was underneath everything of you know, each girl had to have a certain amount of songs, and it kind of got in the way of making decisions just based on the music.
We really had no big tricks up our sleeves or anything, you know, we're just there to have a good time and put on the best show we possibly can.
If you come, you can expect good rocking tonight.
That's right.
See?
I like this guy.
You enter into this business with your songs, you're thrust into a situation with an abnormal amount of attention accompanying it. Everybody gets the bends. You know, my climb was fairly slow and gradual.
Hi, I'm Christina.
Hi, I'm Matt. We're from the Vinyls.
When I started singing, I couldn't sing a lick, and I knew it, but nobody seemed to care. I mean, this is the 60s, and what was important is that you meant it.
I kind of think that everything I am as an artist comes from everything I've been through as a person, as a human being, and as a struggling artist. I think it's probably the best thing that I had to struggle so long to have success.
I think most kids of this era, they see music, they don't listen to music.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why you've got people that maybe don't have so much talent getting over because they've got the right image and the right visual effect.
What happened to rock and roll? That's what happened to it. Damn computers took all the heart out of it.
Took the soul out of it, yeah. I think...
and it's coming back.
I was doing a ballad of all things. He starts stripping down. I said, well, he stripped down to his underwear, fell off, and then he came back. Right before I did the song Don't Want to Lose You, he took everything off. And I mean, like, he's really close. And the first line in the song Don't Want to Lose You is sometimes it's hard, you know? The band lost it.
Hi, this is Tracy Spencer.
In one day, I got 2 letters from people. One saying, this is the most gospel thing you've done in years. And the next person saying, congratulations on a gallant pop effort.
You just gotta love it. Yeah. You know, it's just gotta be what you want to do.
We do it for the money, and it leaves us time to do what, you know, our real love, lawn bowling.
We just got a phone call from the Swedish mail, I guess, and they asked us if it was okay if we wanted to be on a stamp, and we said, why not? It's great. I mean, it's great having all the Swedish population licking Marie's back.
I think we're capable enough musicians to where we can cover just about anything. We could play a Led Zeppelin song or an AC/DC song or a Patsy Cline song if we wanted. So, you know, that shows in our music. That's why it's so different.
The fact that you can sit down and say that Metallica has, you know, an album that sold, you know, 5 million copies in the States and it's like 6 times platinum up here. If you said that a few years ago, you know, people ask you what kind of drugs you on.
What you call the back end of a car, where you open up a boot. No, it's a trunk.
Rubbish.
No. What do you call what you're sitting on? What is this that you're sitting on?
What do you call the front end?
The hood.
It's a
bonnet.
It's a sofa. Hey.
What's this that you're sitting on?
What?
This is a what?
Spell silk.
No, it's a Chesterfield.
Oh, what? A Chesterfield. I've got one. They call it Chesterfield, don't they? It's ridiculous.
Right.
How do you spell silk? Spell silk.
S-I-L-K.
What do cows drink?
Milk.
Rubbish. Cows drink water. That's really bad, isn't it?
I'm King Lou.
Come on, Rich.
I mean, sorry. I'm Capital Q.
I'm King Lou.
And I'm...
My definition is this, my definition.
Because we gotta love everybody, man. You don't have to like everybody, everything that they stand for, or the things that people do, but everyone's human, man. And it's like, we gotta break down those stupid walls.
Watch Good Rockin' every Friday night as we talk to the stars like...
The Doobie Brothers.
I was a kid who was into poetry, and I just kind of took my poems and began to rap them over instrumental records. And basically from there, I've always been like a closet rap fanatic.
I tend to think that people have a very romanticised idea of Ireland and of Irish people, and that they always think that, especially if you're a woman and you're Irish, then you're bound to be, a mystic and all that stuff.
How you doing out there, dudes and dudettes? This is Brian Vollmer from the band Helix.
Hi there, I'm Chris Hooper. I'm Tom, and we're from a band called the Grapes of Wrath.
Hi, I'm Kathy Dennis, and you're watching Good Rocking Tonight.
People see me on TV and they think, if he can do it, I can do it. Sure, you can do it, but I'm saying I got a background. You know what I'm saying? I got a track record.
I love it when it screws up. I love a mistake. There's nothing better than a well-timed mistake except for well-timed broken wind. That's...
We both would probably have other things that we could do if we weren't doing this in the long run. We were going to university before this started, and actually Ellen and I had both grandiose intentions of getting PhDs and teaching university.
I want to know, why is there no C in your middle name?
The very first album that Triumph did, the jackets came off the printing press and the C was missing. And so I became Scandinavian overnight.
Hi. We're the Leslie Spit Trio. Congratulations on your 500th show and your 10th big year.
I want to be the band that everybody's embarrassed to have liked. You know, in 5 or 6 years' time, everybody will say, I can't believe I like Bare Naked Ladies. Oh my God, Bare Naked Ladies. Yeah, that's cool.
As they've been saying to me across Canada, they yell out car windows, they roll down like, hey Kim, give her, eh? Give her tonight. So I was like, that's all you do. You write a song and you give her.
Hi, I'm Lavina. And I'm Saskia. And together we are Love and Sass, and you're watching Good Rockin' Tonight! Woo!
Yeah! So as you can see, I was kind of coerced into wearing some pretty funky costumes for our early music from the movie special, which kind of leads me naturally into what's coming up next. My movie previews and trips to premieres when GRT returns.
Hi, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. You're watching Good Rockin' Tonight. I'll be back.
Hi, this is Jerry Cantrell.
And Sean.
From Alice in Chains.
Yeah, this is Nuno Betancourt.
And Gary Sharon from Extreme.
Hi, this is David Lee Roth. Don't touch that dial. Stare deeper into your television set. You're starting to feel young and impulsive, aren't you? You're starting to feel wild and carefree. Well, that's right, and it's all night, right here tonight. Yours truly, David Lee Roth, getting off on Good Rockin' Tonight.
Hooray for Hollywood. Let's go with Valley Hooly Hollywood. Where in the office boy...
David, you are beautiful, David. You're beautiful. We have simply got to do that lunch thing. And you're beautiful, too. How you doing? I'm Stu Jeffries, just getting set here for 90 minutes of movie watching.
Hi, I'm Michael J. Fox, and you're watching Good Rockin' Tonight.
In the interest of becoming more of an entertainment journal, about 3 years ago, GRT began attending movie previews and talking with the big stars that made those films. Got an impressive guest list coming up. Have a look at some of these folks.
Don't you know a kid always wins against two idiots?
Well, I'm kind of like him because I like to set up traps like he did. Like I set a trap in my room where I set up a bucket on top of the door and they open it, whammo.
My Michael Douglas. Welcome to Good Rockin' Tonight.
Thank you very much.
We met in the elevator. We've already talked about things, so thanks. It was good.
Short and sweet.
You got any Irish in you?
Yes.
Yeah? How much?
You have any Irish in you?
I think we all do, don't we? After seeing this movie, I wanted to be Irish.
On my father's side. We're,
all right.
We're O'Mara's.
Wow.
Don't say that when he's got the crowbar.
All right, any chance of you getting back on the talk show circuit, Arsenio?
I look at it like this. It's like Jim Brown going back and playing football again. I did it, and I think I did it well. I was a success when people thought I couldn't do it. To touch it now would kind of be dumb, I think.
Michael Jackson started. He's grabbing. What is he grabbing? And hard with that. It's a harsh. It's a grab. You see little kids imitating him. I'm sorry. This is nothing about the film, but it's been a long day, and God damn it, I'm getting it out of my system.
I did I remember it's like going through every time I look in the mirror and I think, God, I'm losing more hair, I'm balding and stuff. This movie really makes me look forward to old age.
That's right, I know. That's what my husband said. He said, this movie makes you glad you're mortal, you know?
I love Vancouver. I fell in love with the beluga whale. I have a crush on the beluga whale in the park there.
Dudley Moore, welcome to Good Rockin' Tonight.
Thank you.
You know nothing?
Good Rockin' Tonight?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that, Chef.
Okay, stop with that.
Go.
Excellent. No, say it. Excellent. No, say it. Excellent. Okay, all right. Okay, say it again. Now, David Foster. David. Saw him in the
King of Vancouver, man. David's the king.
The Fozman, babe.
He's the king.
Mel Gibson, welcome back. Oops, sorry. See you later. Thanks. Bye. See ya.
So long. Nice talking.
Nice talking. Welcome back to GRT.
It wasn't on?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to do it again.
Yeah, okay. No.
Mike, bye.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Last time we talked was Lethal 2.
Yeah.
And
it's good to see you.
Yeah, it is. It's terrific. Are things okay? Yeah. Great. You're looking great. Just looking just great. I tell you. Yeah. And you? Boy, I tell you. How you doing? Good. Great. Okay. All right. One of the staples of GRT over the years, since year one, as a matter of fact, 1983, has been the Teddy Award. This little baby right here, named after this little guy right here, Mulligan's friend from a few years back. Would you believe that even after all these years, some artists still have not heard of this prestigious trophy? We are a music show. We're coming up on our 10th anniversary, as a matter of fact. Every year at year end, we award what we call the Teddy Awards. You've been an 8-time winner, and I'm sorry I didn't bring a trophy along with me. But
a teddy, you mean like a teddy bear?
Yeah, it's like
or
a little...
teddy is in underwear.
No, it's a teddy is in a teddy bear.
Oh, okay. Just had to ask.
So, belated congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Madonna. It's been a pleasure.
I take 2 steps forward. I'll take 2 steps back. We
come together, 'cause opposites attract, and you know, it ain't fiction, just a natural fact. We come together, 'cause opposites attract. Being up in my brother, it don't matter if you're black or white.
You know, it seems like only yesterday that we first went on the air. Now that we're on that subject, does anybody here remember what I did yesterday? Hey! Hey! What do you mean, get moving? Can't you see I'm rolling at top speed already?
Hi, I'm Molly Johnson. This is Norman Ornstein. We are from Infidels.
When did we first meet? We first met when we were 13 and...
about 6 years ago.
10 years ago. And it's a status quo I've been going. How long? 20 years? We've been going 10 years. Anyway, when we first met each other, we both thought we were foreigners. Kurt thought I was French, and I'd come over on a French exchange with a mate of his, and I thought he was an Indian.
It was the turban I was wearing at the time that fooled you.
And basically we had the same sense of humour and we were the same height, so we kind of we got on. And I've been playing the guitar and writing songs since a wee lad, and Kurt was a closet vocalist, and I heard him singing in his bedroom along to a record.
Which will go unmentioned.
And it sounded great.
Yes, indeed. I'm sorry, but somebody's got to do it. It's a dirty, rotten, stinking job, but I can't leave it all to Kingdom Come, you know? Yeah, it's great because the percentage of ladies in the audience has grown tremendously. Paige and I were two good-looking young guys once upon a time, and we used to stand in the shadows watching the crowd before we went on, going, "Where's the women? You know, who am I going to walk home tonight?" Because it was all guys getting ready to go frantic, carrying wine sacks as if it was something out of a Robin Hood movie. Now, it's beautiful that these songs have touched the female heart as well as the male integrity, if you like, and it's great. And it's just what we want, because these guys must think that those women were always there, you know?
Hi, I'm Keith.
I'm Kate from the B-52s.
A lot of producing is sort of psychological and cheerleading, and people need it no matter whether they're, Tiffany or Bruce Springsteen. You know, you need someone to say, unless you're a total egotistical jerk.
I got lucky. I didn't go out and find someone and knock on doors and say, here's a tape, this and that. Someone found me.
You're going onto a stage to play for people that have bought your record, or for people who will, potentially buy your record, knock on wood.
The money thing, I mean, that's exactly what I did the first time we got a big check. I just put, a whole bunch of money in my pocket, went to the mall, I said, I'm gonna buy everything, just like I said I was gonna. And I ended up getting like an ice cream cone and a rock magazine,
We had a deal with the record company where whenever we went in the studio, we'd take over the whole place, and we'd have every instrument of the orchestra. It's really like pampered kids, We'd have every instrument of the orchestra in the studio, so that if we fancied just learning a little piece of something, on a harp or a cello or a trumpet or a xylophone or something.
They were there.
They were there, and you could learn just enough to make the particular few bars that you wanted. But it was becoming impossible to... It was also taking us ages to make albums, but...
There was another reason for the length of time as well, let's be honest. We decided to have a soccer team,
Okay,
And,
all right.
Very self-indulgent, really.
The studio next door to our studio was the big orchestral studio where
It's the
Mantovani
largest
used to record.
studio in London, yeah.
And it was a perfect five-a-side pitch. I am sorry, it was a... the booth that the orchestra leaders used to use was just about the size of a soccer net. So we used to have those either end of the studio. And we used to play soccer. If we got stuck on a particular passage, we'd say soccer.
Soccer.
So
Yeah,
we'd wander
I
into
always think
the studio, and we literally used to have, I mean, people used to come, everybody used to turn up for miles over
Yeah.
for our soccer games, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, a soccer game going on in the studio.
Alice stands for you know, if you want to go on a roller coaster ride, you know it's going to scare you. You know the anxiety behind it. You know it's going to throw you around. It's going to do all this stuff, but it's going to bring you back safely.
Hi, this is John Kev Steppenwolf. Have you heard the news? There's good rockin' tonight.
There was a very high standard of music in the late 60s and early 70s. And there was, like I was talking, this feeling of a generation thinking, we're all together, we're all one.
I just hope that musicians out there are looking after themselves and they've got responsible managers, because there's just as many sharks in this business as there was 20 years ago.
I'm just more in control of my life and just more in control of my surroundings, I think. Before, I really didn't take responsibility of myself too much, and now I do.
I started playing fiddle at 7. My mum was a piano teacher, so from like the age of being a fetus, my hands came out and it started going do 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 do.
As a fetus?
Yeah, as a fetus.
I taught myself, sir, how to play piano. When I was 8 years old, my folks bought me a piano. And I taught myself to play. I created my own style, and that's probably debatable too, but there's a lot of piano players in my family and a lot of singers, and either a preacher or a rock and roll singer. So I chose rock and roll. First piano we got, sir, my mother and dad bought for me, mortgaged their home. Well, I was just a child, bought it for me. An old Stark upright piano, was to me the greatest piano in the world.
Yeah, in this business, anybody who wants to start a band out there, everybody around you is going to have the money in their pockets before you do, unless if you want to be in a band. You know, if you want to make money, be an engineer, be this guy.
Yo, this is MC Tone Logan. Have you heard the news? There's good rockin' tonight. See ya.
I didn't know what to say. I was hanging by a string. She said, hey, you too. I was once like you, and I like to do the wild thing.
Hi, this is Bruce Kulick. And this is Eric Singer.
Hi, this is Gene Simmons.
We're KISS.
And so what?
And happy birthday to GRT.
That's right. 10 years and still rocking. Keep it up.
You know how we made it 10 years? Your input, your letters, your comments, your suggestions. Our address is always, please continue to write us in. We always need your support. This is your show, and the party continues after this.
Chloe, can you believe they've been here 500 years? I mean 500 shows.
500, it only seems like 500 years.
I know. Happy birthday, good rockin' tonight.
You're halfway to batting 1,000.
The thing that I can't get to with heavy metal music is the lack of song. As a rule, there's very little song there. But I love the violence of it. You know, I guess the current single, Addicted to Love, has a big rock thing on it, you know. So I want to add that with sex songs, you know, like Marvin Gaye used to sing, out-and-out sex songs.
Hi, I'm Richie Sambora.
Chico Torres.
Alec John Such. I'm Bon Jovi. We'd like to say congratulations on your 500 show and your 10-year anniversary. GRT.
Yeah, good.
Keep the faith.
I'll tell you, over the past 10 years, our list of guests is in the many hundreds, and we have tried our very best to get as many of them on in our two-part retrospective as we can. Hopefully you've seen one or two of your favorites. Here's a few more.
Hi, I'm Louise.
And I'm Leslie from 1 to 1.
Hi, I'm Aaron Neville.
And I'm Charles Neville of the New Orleans Neville Brothers.
You're like a bird, free
was told you can't do that, you know, in the beginning. You got to write your own stuff. And I was saying, I don't want to write my own stuff. I like doing this, you know. And now, when I'm happy with what I'm doing now, and I think I can get into writing my own stuff and still keep a particular kind of style, now it seems everybody's covering.
No one wants to be preached to, you know. Kids, they don't want that, and I don't want to sound like a preacher, you know. I'm just doing what I do best and trying to get across to them. A lot of parents have told me you're a role model, so I wanted to take that and turn it into something positive.
To relish in the success and the benefits of being successful, and that's what kind of keeps me happy, because trying to master this music is just like climbing the biggest mountain in the world, and that's something that I don't do. I have a long way to go.
We've all pretty much the same kids, you know, except for our faces are around more. We're working maybe 23 hours of the day now, but other than that, we're the same old American kids.
When I sing a song, I just try to put as much feeling as possible when I sing it. And I just try to see images and try to become another person.
Hey everybody out there, this is Ivan from that band Men Without Hats.
We can dance, everybody look at your hands. We can dance, everybody's taking the chance.
It's very easy now to sit back and say everything's going fine, but this is about the point where it'll go really wrong if you don't really appreciate everybody that's been there and make sure that the people that are coming know you for who you really are and not just for one song.
I've never once seen my career as being a short-term thing. I know a few other people may have had different ideas, but you know, for me really, I do this because I want to do it. I like music, you know, and hopefully I'll be able to have a career that's a long career and is also a successful one.
It's really rewarding to know and think that people get out of my music what I put into it.
How many friends do you have that are just dumber than a stump, but you like hanging out with them, and you really have to force yourself to be that ignorant to understand what they're saying? You know, I mean, I've had a few girls I've dated that are, you know, I've seen a bucket of golf balls that had more intelligence.
Not to get artistic on you, but I mean, you pick up things like, you know, Keats or Baudelaire, or you listen to some Mozart or Bach or Free or Muddy Waters or Kate Bush. You just glance things that are marvelous, you know, you say, well, that guy might have died 100 years ago, but he said in 3 lines something I've been trying to say all my life.
Watch Good Rockin' tonight every Friday night as we talk to the stars like
Jody Watley.
Gonna try and get some real love. Everybody needs one. Real love. Got to have real love.
Oh, these guys at the company, they sit around and they brainstorm on all these wacky ideas. They had this idea of splitting our song, Sweet Sister Mary, which is a 10-minute song, into 3 parts, 3 different singles, and issuing them out, you know.
And you know what? I Love Your Smile. When I thought of I Love Your Smile, the Persian Gulf War was going on, and everyone around me was just so depressed. And I wanted to come out with a song that would make people smile. And I love to smile myself, so that's when I came up with I Love Your Smile. And it's working. Now that a lot of times when people listen to the song, they tend to smile.
Probably all three of us are very argumentative.
Yeah,
it's true. We are. It just depends on who's on their period at the time, I think.
These days, you can make music virtually production ready in your bedroom. Certainly we do. You know, we're using sequencers, samplers, that sort of thing. It's very easy to have it all ready, then go into the studio and just go bash, 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 and it's all done.
We will not let you go. Let me go. We'll not let you go. We'll not let you go. Let me go.
City recently picked up an award as, what, the best song in the last 25 years in UK music. Did you know that it was going to have that kind of impact?
Sometimes it's a bit of a rope around your neck because people always want to talk about that instead of what you're doing at present, you know. But that was, I mean, that was #1 for 9 weeks or something, and it revolutionised the way videos were looked at, because we had this video which was regarded as the first sort of promo type video, and this particular program called Top of the Pops in England had to play it because of their policy every week at the end of the program. And they hated us for it ever. And they never played anything of ours for years afterwards because they'd been forced to put this thing on there. So, I mean, it made rock videos important in England and possibly Europe as well, you know, although ABBA have a lot to do with that in Europe as well, you know. This is pre-MTV. I remember sitting in a meeting with, maybe Roger told you this, did he? With some executives at Elektra saying, we've made this video for Bohemian Rhapsody and it's done us a lot of good in England.
can you give us some money to make another video for the next single? And they said, no, there's no way that's ever going to be a powerful force in America. You know, videos are never going to be important.
Might sound corny, whatever, but I'm really living my dream, and I know how fortunate I am to be doing what I'm doing. And there are a lot of people out there who don't have the opportunities that I've had, and so I really always try to just be thankful for what I have, and whatever else comes along with it, I'll deal with it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Dream on, dream away. I think I'm gonna have to stay forever. Yo, what's up? We're Color Me Bad. You're checking out Good Rockin' Tonight. Peace.
My 2 front teeth was out at that time, and I was an extremely ugly kid, and one time my tongue got caught between my teeth, and so I never ever sang again until I was 20 years old, because that kind of scarred me.
All right, now at the Junos, which is like Canada's British Music Awards here, in most cases the bands that win them are never heard from again. Is there a similar sort of stigmatism attached to the BPI?
Well, I'm trying to think who's won it. I mean, Frankie Goes to Hollywood won it, I think. Goodbye. Yeah, yeah, you might be right.
Hi, I'm John Cicada, and you're watching GRT.
You know, the Richard Marxes and all these kind of guys, I mean, it's great music. It's lovely, but it's the music you kind of sit and relax to, driving down the freeway with the window down and one elbow out, and it kind of ruffles your hair a little bit. But it's not the it may ruffle your hair, but it never kicks you in the balls, you know.
If you approach anything in life, I think, just like music, Eddie and I approached this whole project. It's friendship-based. I mean, we're brothers, soul brothers, you know what I mean? So it starts there. The music comes out of what we see and how, you know, the music is inspired by our friendship.
Because diversity really, it keeps things in, you know, people come back to it and it's like familiar, and then you bring other things, influences that you've gained from these other areas back to the band, you know? And I think if we're able to achieve that and keep the open mind that we need to keep, you know, and keep everything very much in perspective, it could have longevity.
I think any performer sort of has a responsibility. Anybody that can reach out to a large number of people has a responsibility to, you know, to make people aware of things. And I think that that's all you can really do, is just put the idea in people's minds. And I think, you know, definitely like safe sex is so important.
You know, for me it was, you know, all right, I'm gonna do this tour, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you know, I'm gonna put this band together, I'm gonna this singer, you know, da-da-da-da, you know, this production, so on and so on. By the third album, you know, you're like, oh, I'm gonna put this tour together, I'm gonna put this thing together, you know.
I'm gonna have a nap.
Nah, yeah, I'm gonna be in a hotel room.
You can never surrender, and if your path will lead you home, you can never surrender. Dark, you can see light, 'cause no one can take away our right to fight and to never surrender.
I once said when I first started doing this 6 years ago that if I had an interview with Paul McCartney, I could retire. I want to thank you for giving me the best years.
Is this your retirement?
This is my
Ladies and
retirement.
gentlemen, now don't retire. Keep on.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Hi, Canada. We're boys.
Boys to Men.
And you're watching Good Rockin' Tonight.
Good rockin'. Keep rockin'.
Good rockin'. Keep on rockin'.
Tonight.
Tonight. Get up.
You know, over the last couple of weeks, we have had a serious look at our yesterdays. One thing that's become obvious to me is our appeal has broadened. We now hear from you in your teens to you in your 50s. We hope to continue to hear from you and offer you our very best week after week. You've also watched me grow up on television, and I thank you for your patience. And also, as I travel across this country, it's been a pleasure meeting you face to face. Here's to another 10 years. And hey, have you heard the news? There's been good rockin' tonight. Bye-bye.
That's good to rockin' tonight. Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight. I'm gonna hold my baby as tight as I can. Tonight she'll know I'm a mighty, mighty man. I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight. I say, meet me in a hurry behind the bar. Don't you be afraid that I'll do you no harm. I want you to bring along my rocking shoes, cause tonight I'm going to rock away on the blues. I heard the news, there's good to rockin' tonight.